Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Chad. So let's jump right into it. I was looking outside today and I noticed that the leaves are kind of starting to change a bit. Oh, having a hard time getting that adjusted. There we go. So I noticed that the leaves are starting to change, and it got me to thinking. I was like, oh, well, number one, it's early. It's the leaves are changing really due to the heat stress, but it looks like fall in my front yard, and that's cool. And it got me thinking, like, oh, Labor Day's coming up, and then we start rolling into that fall season. It just seems like one after another. Next thing is Halloween. I don't really care for Halloween that much. I don't really carve pumpkins. I don't eat candy. I don't like scary movies because then I'm like a child. I have nightmares for weeks, so I don't really dig that. But what I always liked whenever I was a kid was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving rolls around November, and man, that was always a magical time. I still remember being little at that time. When I go back in my mind, I was the only, I was the first grandchild, so I felt like I came out with a crown and holding a scepter. I just felt real special. And whenever I would get around everybody, they just gave me all the attention, and it did spoil me a bit. My granddad especially, he would really just he would really spoil me and stuff when I get around him. Anything I wanted, it was just a tug of his shirt away. Um, so we would always go down to my grandma's. We would all gather there. You just the smell of the air, and then you walk in my grandma's. The food, oh my gosh, it just smelled like heaven up in there. And I remember later on, my uncle, he had some kids and stuff, and uh, there there would be some other kids who would still be there because I remember there was a kids table. My aunt and stuff, but I just remember I didn't want to sit at the kids table. I would run in there, my grandma's. I would look at everybody, say hi, and then I would go sit at the adults table, and I would just like lock down there because I just wanted to be around where all the older people were. That's where all my heroes were sitting, so that's where I wanted to be. Um, so fast forward, um, oh, and just let me say too, one of my favorite memories of walking in on Thanksgiving was seeing my granddad sitting there in his recliner. He would already have whipped up some of his eggnog, and he would be sitting there, and maybe he'd have some of that, and he would always have his TV tray in front of him, and his feet kicked under there, and he'd just look over as soon as you walk in. It's just like the best welcoming ever. Granddad and his eggnog, man, it's great. I can still see him sitting there. Um, Fast forward a few years, I don't know. Each year that goes by seems like the world gets faster and more hectic. But it just one year we just didn't gather. I mean, we had done this since like the time I was born up until maybe I was, I don't know, I may have been 13 or so or 14, but it was at that point. And just one year we didn't. And I say that to say we never did again. Everybody would always gather at my grandma's house, and we just never did after one year. Poof. So now, whenever Thanksgiving rolls around, I get in a bit of a blue mood. I just want to draw the shades and just put on some BB King. The thrill is gone because I just sort of fall. I get into a bit of a gloom while everybody else is up talking about their turkeys. I'm like, whatever. And I guess my expectations are never going to be met because it hasn't ever been the same for me again. That magical feeling whenever I would go down there to my grandparents and it was just everybody was there. Now we don't gather, and it's I guess I've sort of gotten used to it, but not 100%, or I wouldn't be talking about it. It bothers me every single year. I tell you what's worse than that: when you live close to your family, and I'm gonna get some flack about this, but it's true. I hate it. On a holiday, you get a text message. It's like we're in the same zip code. Don't send me no text message with a turkey beside of it telling me Happy Thanksgiving. It's freaking awful. It's like we could drive and see each other. You can call me. I miss when people used to call one another. Now it's a text message and it's so cold, colder than the turkey in your sink. But yeah, it's just cold. It's like I think this was done by design too. Technology is supposed to have advanced us, but I feel like it's separated us and just put us on a one track path. It's like, well, I ain't got time for that. I'm doing this. That was another great thing about Thanksgiving when I was a kid. There was no phones. The only phone was the one hanging up on my grandma's wall. I think she still had one of them. Son, that was the only phone. There was no distraction. There was no cell phones, no distraction. Nobody was talking politics because at that time we hadn't got to where we are now, where it's just something chaotic every single day. There was no politics talked at the table. I don't remember what we was talking about. I just remember thinking, "What's wrong with y'all? Why don't y'all want them turkey legs? Why does my grandma rock a turkey leg over here?" That's what I was talking about, and thinking about pumpkin pie, dessert, looking like a snake with all them deviled eggs up in my mouth. Son, that's all I was thinking about, and trying some of my granddad's eggnog when nobody was looking. But yeah, fast forward to today, we just don't get together anymore, and even if we did, I don't know, it wouldn't be the same. I don't think. So you got to enjoy those precious moments. It's like lightning striking, or when magic happens. There's a certain element that binds it all together. And when it's gone, it's gone. So say that to say, if you've got some family, y'all get together, spend time with one another. You don't realize how precious each day is. We take so many things for granted. Waking up tomorrow, take it for granted because God just puts this air in my lungs. I take a breath and I'm here. It can be taken away from you just like that. And then it's too late. You talk about, well, I'll see him tomorrow. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Well, I'll see him at Thanksgiving. Will you? And guess what? You don't realize what you got till it's gone. So I know it's a little bit early to be talking about Thanksgiving, and I don't know. It just bothers me every year. So I get like this. Almost feel like I'm Thanksgiving traumatized. Traumatized Thanksgiving turkey. I don't know. I would never do it, but I almost feel like I need to be laying out on a psychiatrist's couch talking about my Thanksgiving blues. But I hope everyone, when it does come up, I hope you have a good time with your family and stuff. And maybe this year will be different. I am always open to optimism. And maybe after my family, they watch this, they'll go, hmm. Or I may just get a bunch of angry text messages. Either way, I'm going to get some mail. So I got that to look forward to. But like I said, I don't get down about it. It's just crossed my mind and didn't know if anybody else had experienced anything like this. If you have, if you're going through the same thing, hey, you're not alone. And leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If you didn't, that's what the comment section's for. Tell me I'm crazy and that I don't know what I'm talking about. I probably don't. I'm just shooting from the hip. As always, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. If you get a chance, please do like and subscribe, and we'll have more coming at you. Till we see you again, God bless you. Thank you.